Gerald Celente, he is recognized by CNN, Fox News, the Wall Street Journal, and many others as the premier trends forecaster. And he runs the Trends Forecasting Center. What about mid-February? You said a lot of big bank failures, maybe even a bank holiday. Are we still on track for that?
Yep, we're still on. As a matter of fact, we sent out a trend alert regarding the Obama administration, and we're expecting something very draconian, very major to happen that is going to happen in the banking sector. They may call it bank holiday, confiscation of gold. We don't know what it will be, but we do believe it will be very big. And the bottom line will be that it's going to hurt us little people, as they like to call us, taxpayers. And it's also imperative to note that what they're calling nationalization is really of the banking system, what they keep putting out that trial balloon. It's not nationalization at all. What it is, it's Wall Street just playing a different game. And now of course, Wall Street's in control of Washington. It's the D.C. heist. We had Henry Paulson, who just left, was the former CEO of Goldman Sachs, and now they brought in Timothy Geithner, as we all know, from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, to be Treasury Secretary. So what they're really doing is they're calling it nationalization, but it's very simple. They're taking the bad debt, making us pay it down, and then they'll just keep going on their merry way and rebuilding their businesses that were in trouble. So this is not nationalization, and people should understand that. They're creating giants that are too big to fall, as opposed to big banksters that are too big to fail.
Well, not just putting the bad debt on us. If you really look at this, and I agree with you, they're using the trillions, and they won't say where they've gone, to buy up industry. And then you hear, the government's putting rules on Ford or Chevy if they bail them out, and the banks are internationally taking them over. So it's the banks in the Wall Street heist openly becoming government.
That's right.
So the government's not taking them over. They're taking over the government, just like the IMF and World Bank do in third world countries.
Exactly.
Let's flesh that out with Gerald Celente straight ahead. States, like another corporation, has had a violent corporate takeover by an outside group. I mean, people don't know that big corporations spy on each other and have private mercenaries and own their people in governments. They don't understand that that's what the New World Order is. It's private group of corporations, robber barons, setting up their own world government and hijacking nations through payoffs. And I wish the public could figure that out. What's so complex, Mr. Celente?
It's beyond them. They don't want to believe it, number one. They would, they think of these things as conspiracy theories. They've been indoctrinated all their lives through the college industrial complex to all think alike. So they would never, this is way beyond their grasp of understanding. I mean, how many people really know that the major issue in the United States politics throughout the entire 1800s was about the central bankers taking over the country? I'd like to, we were talking before the break about the takeover, the corporate takeover. I have a quote in my book, Trends 2000, from Abraham Lincoln. You may be familiar with this, but it's very apropos for the times. Quote, "The money power preys upon the nation in times of peace and conspires against it in times of adversity. It is more despotic than monarchy, more insolent than autocracy, more selfish than bureaucracy. I see in the near future a crisis approaching that unnerves me and causes me to tremble for the safety of my country. Corporations have been enthroned. An era of corruption will follow, and the money power of the country will endeavor to prolong its reign by working upon the prejudices of the people until the wealth is aggregated in a few hands and the republic is destroyed."
And that's exactly what we see happening today at a scale never before even dreamed.
Exactly. And that's why I was saying that this concept is too big for the people to really embrace and understand. Just as we heard from General Eisenhower who was arguably the greatest general of the 20th century, the supreme commander of the Allied forces, a two-term Republican president, warning the nation as he's leaving office that the military-industrial complex is taking over the country. People didn't react to that. And I would dare anyone to go to Eisenhower if he was still alive and tell that man that he was full of baloney.
And that was 1960.
Exactly. And things got progressively worse. And the military-industrial complex got even bigger. Again, look who Obama just brought in as his deputy defense secretary, a chief lobbyist for one of the greatest of all of the military-industrial complex companies, Raytheon.